Your opponent is going to play Gifts Ungiven. You're going to put a card they want in their graveyard, and then surgical it.
Ugh. God. Players just getting shuffled up here. In this matchup, who do you think's favored? I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I think that Dave is probably favored, but Dan has game. He is definitely still in this matchup.
Okay.
Dan has interaction in his deck that like is meaningful against Storm. So he actually has a shot.
I feel like Storm is going to be favored in a lot of these like non-hyper aggressive, more mid-range deck matchups.
Yeah.
Dan does. I don't know how his deck's exactly built, but like you said, he does have some game. But I figure Dave's probably going to win. Dave's also like a pretty heavy grinder. He's very good with this deck.
Yeah. I think Dan has starts that are like the real hyper-aggressive decks too.
Yeah, that's true. Where you can just like dump 2 Phoenixes in the yard and get them back on 2.
Yep.
Faithless Looting on 1 type of thing. Your phone farted again, so it got thrown to the floor.
Yeah, I'm not letting that thing fart ever again. Deleting the fart app.
Deleting the fart app. That's good. All right, here we go.
If that thing farts one more time, it's going to be smarter than me. Then it's all over.
Ooh, and Dave's on the play.
Yeah.
The thing is, unless Dan has a really explosive hand, he's just not going to be fast enough, I think.
Yeah. I think he's got to have, like a turn 2 Phoenix, maybe 2 turn 2 Phoenixes, plus, like, Lightning Bolt for his Dave's like first mana creature.
Yeah, fair. He does have a gut. He has a gut shot, Faithless Looting, Lightning Bolt, Serum Visions, and something else.
Seems like a pretty good hand.
I really don't think Dave's hand is going to matter too much. The onus is going to be on Dave. Dan. Too similar of names.
Yeah.
Dave is just going to do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? He's just going to storm. Like, that's just...
Yeah,
they have
how
one
it's going to happen.
The onus is going to be on Dave to beat him before he can do that. Damn, Brad, with the savagery tonight. Brad just coming in with all the gotchas. We appreciate you, Brad.
If anybody makes fun of me one more time... I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Can't make me sit here. Can't force me. And John isn't paying me, so...
John isn't paying me. You're like, you think I'm kidding.
Yeah. You wish I was kidding.
Ooh, that's the perfect draw there for
yeah, he has a looting in his hand and
that's
a bolt.
why. Yep. Probably floated 2 red off of this.
Oh, does he have a second Metamorphose?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
now it's there. Looting, ditch your Phoenix.
Not really.
Maybe more.
I was gonna say he just wants to find another Phoenix here. He doesn't find another Phoenix. But you get to... I think he has 1 more floating, so he gets to spin the... Does he have another looting, or am I seeing it wrong? No, it's just a bolt. Okay.
Yeah, but now it comes back.
Yeah,
that was his 4th spell.
No, I know. I was wondering if he had another looting. Maybe you go for another looting.
I think you want to get that mana creature off the battlefield so you don't die this turn.
Yeah, I just want to see the 2
I know.
Phoenixes on turn 2.
I know.
I know he's correct.
Yeah.
I'm a big kid when it comes to playing stupid decks like this. It's just like, get all the power and toughness into play on turn 2. And play like 8 spells and smack them. He doesn't even have a second Phoenix. Like, he would just be literally digging. It's such a bad play.
Yeah. Would have been sweet, though.
You see, that's what I always, like, that's why I punt so much, is because my first inclination is, like, what's the sweetest play I can make? And then sometimes I just impulsively do it.
Before you think about anything else.
Before I even think about it, like, oh, man, that would be super sweet. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah. If Dan has any counter spells in this deck, he needs to start holding them up.
The Phoenix deck doesn't really play many counterspells, does it? If
I don't think so.
Oh, and he's going to mill over 2 creatures there.
Yeah, 2 creatures that don't come back from his graveyard.
Yep. 2 gut shots, not really where he wants to be.
No.
I want to see him just, yep. Really just looking for the Phoenix.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got another Faithless Looting in hand, so he can dump it whenever he wants.
Oh, there it is.
That surgical extraction you were talking about.
If I'm him here, I'm getting rid of Goblin Electromancer.
Yeah.
In Dave's draw step.
Wait till he draws, yeah. Go for it. He's just going to let him do it.
Does he have a Brawl in hand, or is that a Gifts Ungiven?
It's a Gifts.
All right. What's that green card in his hand? Is that a Noxious Revival? Oh, no.
Yep.
Target Surgical, or target Goblin Electromancer. Noxious Revival to put it on top.
Yep, they're in a holding pattern, and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Whoever pulls the trigger. Dan's probably saving that surgical for when Dave tries to combo.
Probably. This is so tense because this clock is not enough for.
No, it's not enough.
He needs interaction, or he needs another Phoenix, and so far he doesn't really meaningfully have either. Opt.
Really just needs to find a Phoenix.
Yeah, it needs to be Phoenix. I don't think there's a single other card in his deck that looks good right here.
I mean, Manamorphose is fine.
Yeah, he'll take it. I think you're going to use your other mana to Faithless Looting. I see a Faithless Looting in hand. No, lets it go away.
Yeah, no, you're not Faithless Looting for sure. I don't know, I kind of like cracking the Scalding Tarn. And going for one more with the Manamorphose.
Yeah? That sounds pretty strong, too.
Because if you ever find the second Phoenix, you're just essentially going off.
Yeah, the game's pretty over at that point.
And I really just want to see him do it, you know what I mean? Just go. You have to beat Dave. Because if you give Dave too much time, he's just going to win.
Yeah.
And see, here we go. Dave's already, it might be too late as it is.
Starts with a ritual. Doing this at the end of Dan's turn.
This is at the end step. But Dave's really just he's going to find the 4 pieces. And he's probably going to be able to win through the surgical, honestly.
Yeah, he probably will.
Sorry. I mean, Dan's going to be able to put whatever card he wants into his graveyard, but Dave has that Noxious Revival.
If he doesn't have a mana creature yet, like something to discount his spells, I think Dave might just not be able to go off, even though he went and did this.
I'd be surprised if he couldn't go off. You don't really need the mana creature as much with Storm, if you can just have a density of spells.
That's fair.
And he has a pretty thick density of spells. He's got 4 spells in his hand. One of them is the Grape Shot. What did he put in the yard? Past in Flames, Desperate Ritual.
Yeah, it gives him a ritual and a Manamorphose.
He's going to attempt to surgical. Yeah, like this is. I knew this was happening. I knew Dan was going to try and put this Past in Flames and then Noxious Revival. That's the most logical line.
Yeah.
Not Noxious Revival, surgical it. But he's going to get blown out by this Noxious Revival. And I think that's going to be enough for Dan to combo off here.
Yeah.
With the amount of rituals and then a Past in Flames. He should be set up to just go here.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see him lead with a Manamorphose. Try to draw a card, see what happens. Maybe not. I'm just going to go, I guess.
Sure.
Why not, right? It all leads to the same place.
Yeah.
The order honestly doesn't matter there.
All right. Got all his tokens for himself.
Yep. He plays a lot of Storm. He comes prepared.
I've seen him on Dredge several times as well.
Yeah, he plays a lot of different decks, but I know, like, historically, Dave has been one to play a lot of Storm.
All right.
Like I was saying, Dave is a really prolific grinder. You know, he grinds a lot at the PPTQ level and the RPTQ level.
Yep.
So, you know, whatever deck he's playing, he's going to be good with. And once he feels confident to go, he's just got it here. Dan has no meaningful interaction.
They're not his tokens, though. Oh, no.
You know, you should have typed that in uppercase and lowercase letters, Dan.
They're not
his tokens, though. That's what I mean, Brad. Dave is very good at combo. He's one of the better players we know. Like, anytime I'm sitting across from Dave Duran, I feel like, we have a pretty consistent win rate against each other, but I always feel like I'm losing. Because I know that he's just very good at the game.
Past in Flames costs 4?
Yeah.
He can play Baral, and then Pass in Flames and still have 1 mana available.
There you go.
And, then he definitely has it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this game is pretty cleanly over. Unless Dan has a 3rd gut shot in hand. If he has 3 gut shots, then he can shoot down Baral. But I don't think he has 3 gut shots.
No, he's only got the 2. Maybe Dave has seen something we're not here because he's taking his time. Maybe he's like a mana short or something and we're miscounting.
I don't think so.
No, shouldn't you just like Pass in Flames and then start ritualing again? Maybe he's just making sure, doing some mental math.
I think if you play Baral first...
He doesn't have a Baral.
He just got it.
It's a gifts.
Is that a gift? No, that's a Baral.
Is it a Baral? I don't know. There's such similar art.
They really are.
That's what I thought he was going to do. Just play the Pass in Flames and start ritualing it up again.
I think he needs more Storm than he can get right now.
Well, he can flashback the gifts ungiven.
Yeah.
And that's going to let him find another Pass in Flames, more rituals. He should be set up here to get it. I would be very surprised if the Storm didn't strike at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing it right now, but like at the same time, I'm sure that he has thought about it long and hard enough. Now he plays the Brawl.
I was going to say, I'm like almost assured that Dave's going to win here. There's like no way he fizzles. I have played a lot of Storm too.
Yeah.
In Modern. If he fizzled from here, I would be very surprised. He's got another Manamorphose, another Ritual.
Yep.
He can flashback his Past in Flames. He can play the Noxious Revival if he wants. He's got a Gifts in there. Lots of other spells that I can't even see. More cantrips. He's totally fine.
Yeah, I was fairly sure he needed to play the Brawl earlier, or he wasn't going to get a chance to play it, but clearly he did. So, I think that like really locks this up.
Yeah.
There's like no way you're fizzling once the Brawl's in play.
Turns all your rituals into basically dark ritual.
Yeah. Turns your Manamorphoses into baby rituals that draw a card.
Yep, so he's just going to Grape Shot, Noxious Revival, Manamorphose, Grape Shot.
Yeah.
That's how the rest of this game's going to go. Or he does have a sleight of hand, so who knows? Maybe he'll cast that. I'd guess it's just the Manamorphose, though, because he's only got red mana. Yep, Manamorphose.
Needs more dice.
Draws Grape Shot. Cast Grape Shot. Scoops up the cards. All right.
That was a very, very powerful turn.
Yes. That's what the Storm Duck does.
Yeah.
So, from Dan's side, we got 2 Surgicals. Those are coming in.
Oh, yeah.
2 Dispels. Those are probably coming in.
Yep.
1 Lightning Axe. 2 Anger the Gods. 1 Ral Izzet. Victory! I'm not sure that's correct, honestly.
It's Viceroy.
I believe it is Viceroy. 1 Spell Pierce. Probably coming in.
Yep.
2 Braids. 2 Ceremonious Rejections. And 2 Alpine Moons. I'm not interested in any of that.
Nope.
1 Lightning Bolt for Dave. 1 Giga Drowse. 1 Echoing Truth. 2 Abrades. 2 Blood Moons. 2 Empty the Warrens. 3 Piece the Puzzle. 3 Chandra Torch. I like 2 Empty the Warrens. And I like some Chandras.
I think we're going to see Echoing Truth come in, perhaps even a Braids. Because in Storm you like can't afford to let your opponent have hate pieces and like them go unanswered.
The only thing I would counter that with is if you know the modern, Dave's gonna know the modern format, and he knows that the Izzet Phoenix deck's form of hate is gonna come in the form of instants and sorceries.
Okay.
And he's not trying to fight the creatures.
Yeah. No.
So I think he knows that like he's not gonna be seeing any damping spheres or anything like that, and he wants to bring in Empty the Warrens against Surgical Extraction. And same reason for maybe bringing in like some number of Chandras.
Sounds good to me.
If it were most any other deck, I would be bringing in the Echoing Truths.
Oh, yeah.
And the Abrades, thinking they're going to be on Damping Sphere. But knowing that they just pretty much all their interaction comes in the form of instants and sorceries, that's where I would be.
Yeah, it makes sense. I could see perhaps Dave is unsure of himself and ends up bringing them in, but Dave is, like you said, easily one of the best players around here. Mm-hmm. Big tournament grinder, obviously knows his stuff.
Yeah. We'll go get a bottle of water while we're waiting.
Sure.
Here. You want anything?
No, I'm good.
Andrew, you want something?
Dave, I felt like Dave kind of stole that game. Noxious Revival was like the card. If not for that Noxious Revival, I think Dan actually probably would have won that game. What do I know, though, right? I kind of suck. Definitely never played either of these decks. Have played against Storm, though. Let's see, Dan's on the play, too. Yeah, this seems like Dan should be favored, but only like slightly, if even at all. It easily could still be Dave's favored. That's either 3 or 4 surgical extractions in his deck now. That seems good enough. Just about into the game. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, have a happy new year too, fish liver oil.
Do you think Dan is favored going into this game?
No.
Okay.
Honestly,
I figured it would be slight, if at all.
No, I think that his deck is not set up to beat Storm.
That's fair.
I mean, he's got some fight with the surgicals, but his clock is just not fast enough unless he has a nut draw.
That's fair.
Well, here's how, it starts, though. Dave going on down to 6.
Yeah.
Maybe not having the most impressive of, starts, so we'll see.
Dan here with,
It's not impossible. A good counter spell and a surgical at the right time, and suddenly Dave can do nothing,
Yeah. Dan has here Faithless Looting, at least 1 Phoenix. I think I saw a Thing in the Ice. Could use a little bit more cycling type spells.
Yep. I think he really needs like a Serum Visions.
Yeah.
Just needs something to get him set up. Shuffling, 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 shuffling. It's the majority of paper magic.
Yeah. I still prefer paper magic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I like the social aspect of it. Otherwise, I'm a cave dweller. I don't leave the house much.
Yeah. This is about it.
Yeah, work, magic, home.
Seems like a pretty medium 6. 3 lands, sleight of hand. I think that was a Past in Flames and gifts. Those are 2 spells you don't quite want to see in your opener. You're gonna need gifts eventually, but
I was gonna say if Dave can string like 2 rituals in a row here, he's gonna win the game.
Yeah.
It's really gonna depend on what's on the top of his deck.
Yep.
The onus is in this game on Dan to really clock Dave quick. Which I know he's going to discard at least 1 Phoenix here. I'm not sure if he has the double Phoenix discard. Doesn't look like it. Phoenix and Thing in the Ice discarded. Interesting. So he's picked up a Dispel. He has another Thing in the Ice. Manamorphose. Serum Visions, it looks like. Dave here going to lead with a sleight of hand.
Is that empty the Warrens in his hand now?
I wouldn't be surprised. I 100% figured he brought it with him.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was coming in.
You already saw the surgical.
Yeah.
Did he find a ritual?
Yeah, there was a ritual there.
I was going to say, he's like 1 ritual away from just going off here, I think. Another Past in Flames, that's not what you want. The first one's fine, the second one is awful.
Yeah.
About the worst draw. Dan's clock here. If he can get this Phoenix out this turn, which it looks like he's going to be able to, if he can cast 4 spells this turn, he's suddenly swinging for 10.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I think it can be done.
Oh, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
He 100%, yeah.
Keeps both on top.
That's not what you want to see.
No, if you're Dave, you're like, please let him bottom some cards.
So Dave here really going to be hard-pressed to go off next turn.
Yeah.
He's actually just going to have to attempt to. Because he's on a 2-turn clock here.
Gut shot. Gonna flip that. Go to combat. Get back Phoenix.
Smash for 10.
It's looking real rough.
Yeah. The horror has awoken. It's pretty horrible for horror, pardon me, if I can give an infinity pun here.
Yeah.
Horrible for Dave. He's just going to scoop him up. He knows he can't even go off.
Yeah.
So that is one of the ways that Dan wins this matchup. You know, he just swings for 10 on turn 3.
What card Dave just pulled out?
He's pulling out the Empty the Warrens.
Yeah?
I wonder what his plan for game 3 is, pulling out the Warrens.
I don't know. Chandra?
Possibly. He could also be going in there to bring in like something like Echoing Truths, just to fight Echoing with the horror for a turn.
Yeah. And it really is more than just a single turn, because you have to go through all the work to flip it again.
Or even, you know, you flip a it looks like he's going back to Remand. You could Echoing Truth say Arclight Phoenix back to their hand, and now suddenly all that work they did is for naught.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think he brought back in the Remand. I'm not sure what the other one was. Dave being on the play here is going to be very important for him, too.
Oh, yeah. He can likely go off before Dan even has a clock established.
Or we could see something like what just happened last game, you know?
Yeah.
Shuffling, shuffling. That's all we do is shuffle.
A long shuffle. Give it a good old-fashioned shuffle.
"17 minutes of shuffling." Sorry for the dead space, guys. I just can't think of anything to talk about while they're shuffling. Just too much shuffling. How many times can I say the word shuffling?
You want me to time you?
No, we're too far at this point.
Yeah.
We've shuffled too much. Just like these guys.
I'm gonna time them next time.
Yeah, right. You got 5 minutes to present, guys.
This has probably only been like 30 seconds, and we're just...
It just feels like so long when this night keeps going and going.
We're gonna get to round 6, and we're just gonna, like, pass out.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, in this room, we're doing the commentary, and it's, like, a little bit warm, but not overly warm, so it's kind of cozy.
Yeah, I know.
We're in these nice big chairs. Could just fall asleep, no problem.
Man, when are we getting...
I'm going to fall asleep waiting for Dan to stop shuffling, okay?
I know. When are we getting fancier chairs? When is this, when is GameStorm getting us DX racers?
Yeah. Can't work under these conditions.
We really do need a union.
Yeah. Is that a one-lander there for Dan? No, it's a two-lander. Oh, man, his hand looks really good then. A Manamorphose, Surgical, Phoenix, Thing in the Ice, 2 lands. So this is a Faithless Looting.
A Monastery Swift Sphere?
Yeah, these decks tend to play like 2 or 3 copies of this card sometimes.
Seems fine.
Yeah, just a good prowess threat. You know, most of your things are going to trigger the prowess, so why not, right?
Yeah. Could easily get in for 5 next turn.
I was going to say, that card's usually worth like 5 or 6 damage when it comes down on 1, so.
Yep.
Dave's hand looking pretty good over here, too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Does he get to... Oh, no, and he drew the bolt off the top. That's going to be a heartbreaker there for Dave. If he got to untap with it, he might have just tried to go off.
I think he could have easily gone off.
Yep.
Looking at his hand.
His hand is very good.
Oh, yeah.
Grape Shot, land, ritual, cantrip, right?
Yeah.
And this is the other way Dan wins the game. He puts a slight clock on like a Monastery Swift Spear, gets there for 2, slight controlling of the board. Dave just going to play a land and pass.
It's really all he can do.
Yep. Watching ourselves stream. This is some Inception shit.
It's also being streamed on YouTube.
It's also being streamed on YouTube. It's also being streamed on YouTube.
Yeah, now it's really going to come back. Put my mic up to my phone speaker and just let it go.
This is funny.
Can't even see myself. That's crazy.
A braid.
Should be good enough.
No, maybe not. He can just Manamorphose if he wants to, but that seems like a waste.
Does
Streamception.
I'd rather play Thing in the Ice, post combat, hold up Surgical still.
Yeah, I don't want to see him blow his load to save a Monastery Swift Spear.
Yeah.
You have a Thing in the Ice, and you have a Arclight Phoenix in your hand.
That's more than enough.
Way more than enough.
He's thinking about it, though. It is a tough decision still.
Ooh. He might also just be thinking, like, getting the blowout. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, nope, he decides on it. You know, we have said a lot about Dave being a good player. Dan is also one of the better players that comes here, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's a very good Magic player in his own right. And he's not going to make some boneheaded play like that, I don't think. Dan, the chat's always dead. They're boring people. They're Magic players.
And
yeah, you heard me. Shots fired, Magic players.
The other thing I was going to say is that I think that, at the very least, that Manamorphose play would have been defensible.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. We're going to see Dave here is going to start going off. Not Dave, Dan.
Yeah.
Dave, Dan, Dave. Too many DAs.
Get him out of here.
Get them out. Banned.
Ban them from the store.
Ban them from the camera.
Yeah, that'd be way easier. Sorry, John, you gotta ban these guys. We said so.
Their names offended me.
Their names are too similar to each other.
So, why did the thing in the ice go from 4 to 3 to 2?
Did he not mention one of them, like, until after a second, and Dave said he missed it?
I mean, I would have called him on it.
Yeah.
That's true, Dan.
He's really looking for a Faithless Looting here.
Yeah, if he finds a Faithless Looting. Got shot. Didn't find it. That's a shot to the gut.
Oh, yeah.
The infinity puns.
Oh, yes.
I will assemble them.
Got shot with mana? Sure.
Might as well. You get to flip.
Yeah.
Get for 7. I mean, he didn't find the Faithless Looting, which would have just been the actual nuts. But swing for 7's not bad either.
Yeah. Seems good enough to me.
Come on, chat nerds. Where are you guys? Boring asses. So Dave's gonna just have to try to go off here.
Yeah, if he gets a turn here.
Well, he's gonna.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. I mean, he had to just try to wait one more turn, you know?
Yeah.
He just has to hope and pray. He should be able to go off, though. You know, Dan has this surgical in hand, but, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think he's just dead then, right? With the surgical.
Yeah, unless there's a
way to fight through it.
Yeah. Noxious Revival in hand.
Yeah, he's not going to have it twice. He's not going to hit the RKO out of nowhere 2 times.
That's the thing. Only Randy the Snake Orton can hit the RKO twice.
Right. Exactly. Dave can do it once. You know.
A lot of people can do it once. Randy Orton can do it 2, sometimes 3 times in a match.
Mm-hmm. The Viper. Randy Orton. Hits him with the RKO. And that's what's about to happen to Dave here. Dan's going to slide in the ring. Just lay one on him.
He's holding his hand up there. What is he doing with it? If you're going to do it, you do it now. No, don't. No. Oh, no. You gave him a chance to draw.
The remand. If he could, you know, it's in his deck.
Yeah, he has cards that, like, if he untaps, would interact with that.
Yeah.
You really should not have given him the chance. It's not going to matter right now. It doesn't look like it even has a chance to matter, but, like, you really shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you know that there's a chance for interaction if they're tapped out, you just go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the appeal of, you know, doing the instant speed blowout does get people sometime, though.
Yeah.
You know, we say all this, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Dave doesn't have any blue cards in his hand. No cantrips. Nothing to really keep him going.
Yeah.
Ritual, ritual, ritual. Splice a ritual. Ritual. So many rituals. Shuffling and rituals.
I think he's going to grape shot before he passed in flames. And then In response to Past in Flames, you can surgical the grape shot.
Oh.
And that ends the game.
Yeah, he did take out the empties, too. I think you still just take the Past in Flames, though, don't you?
Yeah. You can do that in response to grape shot.
Well, Dave's storm count's only 4 right now, and you can see Dan's going to read the Past in Flames and go for the surgical on it right now. What's that other card in Dan's hand or Dave's hand? That's not the grape shot.
I'm not sure.
It's a red card.
Just flips it real quick.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Dan, I'm pretty sure Dave sideboarded out the empties in game.
It's a braid.
Okay.
That's not enough.
No.
I mean, he's looking through. He's going to see if there's an empty.
Yeah, no, the empty's gone.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I thought I saw him board them out after game 2.
I think the idea there might be that if he just flips thing in the ice, your entire combo turn was all for nothing.
Yeah. Gets rid of them Past in Flames. This is just all kinds of bad for Dave here. What do you even do?
I don't know.
I was going to say
yeah,
you braid and then...
Yeah, you just get rid of it and hope to find a way to win. Oh, shows him the 2 Arclight Phoenixes and says, yeah, I have the mana to cast these. These are going to kill you in 2 turns.
Yep, you have 2 turns and it's it. The Storm deck's not coming back from that.